in summer and winter respectively, and they will be sharing their experience after Claude's presentation and destination on the destination. Before we get started, I would like to share a quick anecdote about my personal visit to this breathtaking Swiss destination because nothing compares to actually experiencing it in person. And I recently got to do just that. So from 27th of June to the 1st of July, I was in LAAX, but not as just a professional, but also as a traveler, a wife, and a mom to a curious 4-year-old explorer. Now, what struck me most about LAAX wasn't just the stunning landscapes, but about how family friendly, sustainable, and soul stirring it is. So, whether you are an adrenaline junkie, a nature lover, or just someone in need of a little reset, LAAX truly has something for everyone. And that's what we are here to share with you today. So sit back, relax, and just let us take you to LAAX, the Swiss destination that stole a little piece of my heart. Over to you, Claude.
Thank you, Nikita. Cool that your heart is here too. So, my name is Claude Bravi, and I'm going to present you LAAX the way that I see it, we see it, but also our guests see it. The first thing that I would like to say is that Original LAAX is actually not a brand, it's actually a world-class destination. It's located in the heart of the Swiss Alps, and it has a very astonishing nature because it's at the border of the Rhine River where it starts, but also the Alps between the North and the South Alps, and it's actually a region that has 3 climate zones. It's actually a perfect getaway for independent travelers and from families. This is LAAX, where we are. So the next airport will be Zurich. Zurich is like 1 hour and 40 minutes with a car, 1 hour and 40 minutes with a train. The public transportation services are excellent in Switzerland. So you get off from the airport of Zurich, you go on the train, you go to Chur, and then you take the national post buses that bring you in front of our Rocks Resort. So LAAX is very well connected. LAAX Chur are also very well connected because they are the starting point for the Bernina Express who goes to St. Moritz, but also the Glacier Express that goes to Zermatt. So if you're coming or going to Zermatt or coming or going to St. Moritz, LAAX is in the middle point. Milan is not far away either, so you can also, come from Milan with the public transportation or with a car. LAAX, why? So it's actually the unique construct in the touristic industry in Europe. We have all-in-ones. It's a vertical all-in-one company. So we have actually the accommodation for our guests. We have 6 points where you have hotels, apartment hotels, design hotels, and also in the summer we have a glamping, which means glamorous camping. Then we have a great choice of gastronomy with 32 restaurants, bars, and cafes that actually serves different kind of food from traditional Swiss, Italian, Pan-Asian, with also including Indian dishes. Then we have a very strong MICE segment because we have built in the resort on the mountains several meetings and facilities or also congress facilities. Then we are actually, the mountain are really, really the place where it's happening. We have 5 snow parks in the winter. We are the biggest now snowboard destination in the world. And we have 224 kilometer of slopes, but also you can have 35 other leisure activities in the summer, in the winter. Bike in, bike out. As you see, the cable car is right onto the resort, or also ski in, ski out. Then we have sports schools where you can actually rent your material, but also the sports school will be the place if you need a guide or a ranger or a ski school or a snowboard school teacher. that's the place where you're going to ask for any kind of services, from half day to full week accompaniment with one of our ski or snowboard teacher. In the summer, we also have bike teacher, skate teacher, but also hiking guides. The rental, I just told you before, you can rent whatever you want in LAAX. And LAAX has also one resort that belongs to the Vice Arena, our company, and it's actually like a huge village, a resort that is completely car free, where you not only find the hotels or the apartments houses with different blocks, different kind of hotels, but also you find all the amusement facilities, the gastronomy, the shops, the transportation. Keep in mind that in front of the resort there is a direct access to the public transportation, but also the cable cars will go from there to the mountains and also come back. So it's a perfect location for skiing and for biking, ski in, ski out, bike in, bike out. But also you have a lot of infrastructure, parking slots, underneath the Rocks Resort, you have 5 floors of parking, so you can actually easily access the resort with a car and leave the car there for all your vacation. Then you have also all the stores that are needed for families, like grocery stores, hairdresser, but also massage rooms with professional people that are doing massage. You have a spa. You also have a kind of a gym facilities, and you also have a swimming pool. This you see 4 activities proposal. So one of the activities that we have is actually the Kaumasee Lake visit. The Kaumasee is actually the #1 Instagrammable lake in Switzerland now. A lot of people are coming to this place to see this blue water, and it has a high island. So the Kaumasee is reachable very easily with a little train that goes a few minutes, or you can actually go buy food and join the Kaumasee in more than 15 minutes. It has a private beach, it has a restaurant, a self-service, but also a served restaurant. And also you can rent paddles, you can rent any kind of thing, but also you can lay at the sun and read a book or swim in the lake. The water is also drinkable. Then we have the treetop walk, which is the longest treetop walk in the world. It's actually built on the top of the forest. And the treetop walk is an activity that is recommended for families. You also have an app, so if kids want to play with and have activities, you can do it with the app and walk along the treetop walk. The treetop walk will take you from the Rocks Resort to the LAAX village with this beautiful lake and also with restaurant shopping facilities. The next activities is the Rhine Gorge. So the Rhine Gorge is actually on the way between Chur and Zermatt along the Glacier Express, and is actually called the Grand Canyon of Switzerland. The river has traced the flow, and you have huge hills landscape and canyon landscape. It's an amazing site with also little stops along the railway to have a stop, get off the train, have lunch, and also have a bath in the Rhine or do canyoning. The first one is the Sardona one. Sardona is actually the region of the mountain. It's a unique massive of mountains where the UNESCO has given its heritage stamp. Why? Because this is a tectonic plate region, and you only have 18 UNESCO World Heritage Site in the world, and this is one of them. It's actually a place where you can actually easily reach with a cable car, and you have restaurant, but you can also have a hike, and you have the feeling you are in a incredibly Icelandic zone with cascade, rocks, and also a lot of very, very interesting animals that you can see walking nearby you. Then we also have other activities like bungee jumping, free fall drop, and slide. but also activities with trekking that are unique. I'm going to show you a video now of our resort without sound. So you see, this is our nature. This is LAAX with a UNESCO World Heritage Site, as I told you before. Cascades, the Rhine Gorge, the Grand Canyon, amazing scenery, 400 meters in elevation. Then the river pass through Flem, which comes up from the mountains down to the river. The Lake of Cresta, which is actually a beautiful place for families to rest or to have lunch or just to be. This is a treetop walk, which is, we call it Senda di Dragon, and it's the longest treetop walk in the world, 15 to 25 meters. Then you also have in the middle of the resort the tower, where kids can have a lot of activities. And this is the Talmazé, with its beautiful beach, water, and facilities like swimming or just having a paddle and just be there and relax. Other activities, you can do river rafting in the Rhine. This is actually a very safe activity with professional instructor. In the winter, of course, you can do skiing and snowboarding. And also what is really recommended is that you hike. You don't have to worry because, you know, hiking in Switzerland is not always only for top hiker. You have easy path and you always have restaurant in between, or you can access the hikes with a cable car. So it's also adapted for people that are more, that have a more urban lifestyle. Summer, you can also do golf, biking, hiking. We have an indoor freestyle academy where you can actually do skating and trampoline courses. The treetop, as I show you, but also spa, water sport, and Via Ferrata is a hiking road. Winter, skiing, snowboarding, cross country, but also, you know, just being snowshoeing or tobogganing and much more. You can also do sledging. And the winter, when it's sunny, the people will actually go and eat outside of the restaurant, have a walk, or if you're not skiing and snowboarding, you just have a little walk in the snow and come back, or you just go to the top of the mountain and you just admire the beautiful panorama. Our accommodation, so I showed you before the map. The map is actually was the central point. You have different houses. One of these accommodation facilities with apartments of any type, connectable, is the ROX Resort. The second one is the Signina, which is more like a classical hotel. And then you have a Casa Mulania. Casa Mulania is actually the high-level premium proposal that we have. Those 4 apartments are available with conciergerie service. And the a huge co-working space. All this is really in the middle of the resort. So you have all the restaurants, you have all the lift in the summer and in the winter, you have the bars, you have also all the schooling, the rental. So you don't need to go very far to have all the services that you need. And not to forget, for mice, we have a mice department. Our business is really mice focused because we have all the facilities. So actually, if somebody has a mice request, Nikita and my team can easily accompany you or help you to build the perfect corporate experience. The airport shuttle, so we are working with partners and we have facilities everywhere that are helping us to get the people from Zurich, from Milan, and even from Geneva, and to bring them to LAAX if needed. As I said before, conciergerie is also available, and private travel organization. We have guests that are coming from Asian countries. They want to see the weather before they decide. So we have a concierge that is helping them to do their travel steps. Good. This is a video of the LAAX resort, so you can actually see how it looks like with the kids. So you know that the LAAX resort is a very nice place for kids. You see the apartments and the facilities outside. Biking, trampoline inside, indoor, outdoor, swim, run. And the kids, you know, they can have fun at the Rock Resort. They are safe. It's a car-free resort. And we have rangers. So when they're skating, when they're cycling, whatever they do, there are people that are taking care of their security. So if parents like Nikita, like you did, for example, you can easily sit there in a cafe and for a few minutes, relax and be sure that nothing happens to your kids, which is quite important. The Rock Resort itself, so you see the building is quite a futuristic urban way of proposing apartments in the Alps. We are not talking about chalet. This is very clean design that is actually very well appreciated by urban people. We have a lot of guests coming from big cities in Europe and abroad that love these kind of setups because this hotel is a member of the Design Hotel of the World, and also they love the design. You see well structured, nice wood elements, nice beds, very big windows. So you have a very natural light that is coming to the apartment. And for kids and parents, you can really have easily, you have space, you can rest. And also you have a living room, but last, really important, you can have also the full functionable kitchen that it can be actually either delivered with drinks, food, etc. You can just tell us, or you bring your stuff and you buy it from the grocery store. The Signina Hotel, which is located next to the Rock Resort, is more a kind of traditional pop-up hotel. 66 rooms, located also the same Rock Resort place, so you can actually ski and ski out, but it has more a kind of pop-up, colorful approach with a huge spa, a nice bar, and also a very nice restaurant, Camino restaurant, that it's actually an Italian restaurant. Downstairs, we have a kids' room. So if you want to have a dinner or lunch, and the kids that want to play, they go one floor down and they can play around next to the parents. It's a 4-star hotel, like the Rock Resort. It's a 4-star. And this one is more like chalet design, but each room has a balcony. And we have conference facilities. So again, here, if the MICE business is your main business, you can easily also use the Signina and use the conference facilities in the Signina. On top of it, if you come, you can actually, in the summer, you can have free bikes, e-bikes for the guests. You see here the approach, colorful, with little elements that are actually very Italian oriented. This is a little bit the spirit of the house. Mulania, as I told you before, it's really this is the oldest chalet in LAAX, and it has really fantastic apartments, fully equipped, and you can have it. You can have 2 bedrooms or just 1 bedroom. Really, here it's perfect to rest and to have your privacy. So this is actually the house of the people that are coming to LAAX and want to be, in the bus, but not always in the bus. So they will take these apartments and relax. Ski in, ski out, bike in, bike out, and next to all the shops and also the parking. Everything is walking distance. The Riders Hotel is also a hotel of the Vice Arena or a company. It has 57 contemporary design rooms, very Scandinavian design, double rooms to studios, And it's actually the place where the younger hipster will go. You have a huge lobby. So our friends, digital nomads, they will spend half of the day there and then go back downstairs, take their bikes and bike, or take the snowboard and go ski or snowboard, whatever they want to do. It's a very youngish place. And what it's the first also hotel in the mountain that has its own vegetarian restaurant where the products are actually made by the famous cook Peter, and it's all local. So it's local vegetarian cuisine, very fresh and very innovative. You also have a very nice bar, and in summer you have a great terrace. Here you see a few glimpses, the lobby, rooms. Next door, we are actually collaborating with our friends from Landquart. So Landquart is next to Kur, and there we have a big fashion outlet. It's actually like a Swiss villages. So you can imagine you are in the Alps and you have all these little nine houses, and everywhere you have shops. It's a premium fashion outlet. So you have Puma, you have Bali, you have Armani, you have Karl Lagerfeld, but also you have all the big outdoor sport like Salomon, and all these brands are all there. It's next to the train station, so it's only 2 minutes is walkable from the train station to the shopping mall, and you have a tax-free shopping request office that is super efficient. So when you buy, you get to the office and you have your tax-free declaration. Also, our hosts that are staying at our hotels, they all have a 10% VIP proposal, so you can actually shop for less. What we have also, we have already built, kind of leisure itineraries with proposal for our customer in India. Our partners like Nikita's partner, they are working with a kind of itinerary with a day one proposal, a day two proposal. So you see here, for example, the day one would be treetop walk with action tower, and then the river, the Centro di Dragon Pass. The second day would be the UNESCO itself, with and the Kamase, etc., etc. That's it for me.
Thank you so much. Uh, it was really nice and very elaborative. Thank you so much for sharing the information with everyone who's there in the audience. And we also have Purvi Zaveri and Arohi who would be sharing their information, because Arohi had visited in winter and Purvi had visited in summer. So they both have a different experience to share. And I would request Arohi if she can say a few things about her experience, please. Thank you.
Hello and good evening, everyone. I don't know from where to start. I absolutely was transported into a fairy tale. I've been to Switzerland a couple of times earlier, but this was just amazing, and it was just out of a fairy tale book. So in March, my journey to LAAX, Flims and Lake Como offered a blend of adventure, culture, and natural beauty emblematic of Switzerland's Graubünden region. This visit recounts my experiences across these three interconnected locales. Visiting LAAX in March was a dynamic introduction to alpine life, with the village bustling thanks to a packed calendar of winter sport events and cultural activities. What drew my attention was the LAAX ski resort, which stood out for its expansive snowshoe pistes flanked by panoramic mountain vistas, making it a paradise for both seasoned and novice skiers. So here I would like to request Nikita to share my video on firstly, I would like to highlight that LAAX has the only freestyle academy in the world, which is the biggest, and it is the most prestigious. And once they train themselves at the freestyle academy and what they do in the snow mountains, we were privileged to see this.
I will just share the video so that the audience can also see it. this is the Freestyle Academy, a part of the Freestyle Academy, and this is where the training happens before they actually go right outside at to face the mountains and the snow.
Yeah, once they face the mud, so the real picture happens in the next video, which Nikita will show you.
If I'm
This
not
was just
mistaken, Claude, is this the half pipe that they're practicing on?
yeah, this is actually the snowboarding. What
Yeah,
they
this is the half pipe.
yeah, this is the half part, yeah.
And
It's the longest in the world.
yes, we have 5 snow parks. So please, Arohi, continue.
Yeah, you have to be there to see it, to experience it. So beyond the slopes, LAAX thriving events scene, it really swept me into a world of music, art, and community gatherings, and I was just super stunned. The region hosts signature happenings like the LAAX Open, art exhibitions, DJ nights, and pop-up markets. Evenings were spent mingling with locals and visitors. So much so that we went to a restaurant and we could not walk down all the way to our hotel. So they offered us a sledge, and we came sledging down, which was just fantastic and wonderful. So this is all about LAAX. A short bus ride brought me to Flims, whose charm lies in its dual identity as a resort village and gateway to iconic outdoor adventures. The atmosphere in March was lively, yet more relaxed than LAAX. Here I explored scenic hiking trails winding through silent pine forests, sometimes catching glimpses of snowboarders and cross-country skiers traversing quiet meadows. Lake Komasi, Purvi will be taking you further. It's more of a summer retreat, but I had an opportunity to explore it during spring and winters. Framed by tall evergreens and snowy banks, the lake's famously turquoise green water had a surreal icy clarity in March. With summer crowds absent and the entrance free for winter visitors, I wandered the wooded lake shore in peaceful solitude. The funicular, it was a fun ride, a small local lift. Usually it is very crowded in July. It carried me and a few other off-season explorers down from the Flims Walders to the lakeshore. Also, not to forget was my experience with the Switzerland Tourism Board. We had an opportunity to go on the treetop in LAAX, and we had a beautiful uh, cheese fondue experience along with white wine amidst the natural beauty of what LAAX had to offer. So that was a beautiful experience in itself. Concluding my trip, my March experience in LAAX, Flims, and Lake Kamusi was defined by contrasts. The kinetic energy of freestyle competitions against tranquil alpine scapes, the warmth of festivals amid snowy evenings, and the restorative hush of a mountain lake poised between seasons. Together, these places wove an unforgettable early tourism for giving me an opportunity. And thank you, Nikita.
Thank you so much, Arohi. That was so poetic and so beautiful. In fact, you had shared favorite. Sorry. So I'm going to share that quickly before we move on to Purvi. But thank you once again so much for sharing the entire experience in such a poetic way.
Thank you.
So I will quickly take you. This is where they had the cheese fondue experience, right, Arohi?
Yes.
And at the background, you can see Christian from Switzerland Tourism, who's just there. This was one of the experience, and it was so there are a lot of activities that can be done at Treetop Walk, and this was one of them, which I thought everyone should know about, and they could use that for their guests, which if they are in groups or even for mice. Moving on to Purvi, uh, Purvi, if we could request you to share your experience, your summer experience.
Yeah. So Nikita, Arohi, Claude, all of you know that I was meant to be in Kur and I was not meant to be in LAAX at all, right? I had about 4 nights of, you know, stay in the Graubünden region, and I thought I'd do it at Kur. But all of you pushed me and made sure that we come to LAAX. Now, when I actually reached LAAX, the thought was that, oh, you know, we are at the fag end of a 2 week trip and we'll simply just relax. We had a lovely apartment at the Rocks Resort and, you know, do nothing at all. But Claude, you didn't let us do that. Okay. So as soon as we reached, we got a menu of activities, including meals that were planned for us. So thank you for all of that because we got to experience the region inside out, literally inside out. And it involved all the activities in and around the treetop walk, which meant that we went zip lining, um, we did the free fall, okay, a sort of bungee, but slightly different. The treetop walk itself was quite immersive because you know, we had the birds singing around. We got a fair glimpse of how that entire, you know, the longest treetop walk in the world was made. And Claude, you were a mine of information. So that kept us, you know, engaged throughout. We went to the Rhine River Valley, the Grand Canyon, and also into the Rhine River, where actually the canyoning happens, the river rafting happens. So all of that, you know, packed, followed by some lovely drinks, dinners at either Camino or the Riders Restaurant. So for everybody to know, the Riders Restaurant is actually a vegetarian restaurant, and they served us 3 course meal, which was simply the best meal I had had on this trip. So if I mean, whenever you plan your trip or for your clients, make sure they have you know, a 3 course meal at the Riders Restaurant. We then, so being a family of hikers, you know, we decided to go on a hike, and we actually went to the Sardona. So it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site where millions of years ago, when the tectonic plates collided, the oldest rocks are right above the you know, the smaller ones. And Nikita, if you can just show that video where after the hike, I actually sat at a place, right, where simply the you know, the water from the glacial river was flowing through, and the wildflowers were, you know, doing a little show in there. So this is something. Yeah. This is all minus the tourists. Okay. Just a few of us. Okay. Soaking into the serenity of this beautiful place.
It was indeed beautiful at that time. And
Yeah, it was.
so it was a fantastic experience.
Sure. From there, then we went to Kumasi, and actually we were in summer, so we got the best opportunity to swim in the lake. And you know, I think that was one of the most beautiful experiences that I had, you know, in that region. Simply outstanding. I mean, just look at it. You could simply do nothing, soak into the beauty of this place, and yeah, that's the little funicular that you know, Arohi was talking about. And this is how the lake actually looks, turquoise blue. And when you go in it, it's even, I mean, it's just, the experience is amazing. And then obviously a day to Langkat and back, which means that we had our bags filled with a lot of goodies back home. So all in all, something that I thought I'd explore amongst the various most popular destination. And this was something that just has been one of the, you know, the highlights of my entire holiday in that region. So thanks, Claude. Thanks, Nikita. And yeah,
And
really enjoyed.
And thank you to you too for not just being there and also trusting us for it, enjoying it, and sharing your wonderful story. So thank you so much, Purvi, for just being someone who is so open about it, shared such a beautiful experience, and made us feel like I again actually got transported there when I was looking at the videos, etc. So, yeah. And Claude, thank you so much for your detailed presentation also. We have a few questions coming in from the audience. So, if I could share those with you, and if you could please let us know about it. So, there is a question from for mice from Snehal Parekh. Hi, Nikita. For mice, what is the maximum capacity that the hotels and the event venues can accommodate?
So I have actually answered this question, I think, in the comments. So you can actually, mice for us starts with 20%. So you can actually have, this kind of incentive workshop for smaller groups, smaller corporate or smaller companies, but it can go up till 450. So we have also here, leisure groups, for example, SLS from England, they are coming with 1,000 people. So they share apartments. It's actually a community of beginner skiers in England that is huge. And they will come in March 26. They were here on in March 25. And those communities are actually very large. So they can actually also stay here. We have in total, only for the Rocks Resort, we have 350 apartments with a total of 1,350 beds plus 66 rooms in Signina and the rooms of the riders, which are in total number of 55. So you see, whatever you need, Hayes, you have space. We are the biggest hotel provider in the region. And because we offer the cable car, the gastronomy, the rental, the schooling, you can actually build up a full experience in MICE. Hello?
Thank you, Claude. There is one more question which has already been answered, but I would like you to I would like to ask that again. So Khushnoor Sahiyar wants to know how far are these resorts from the city center, as in restaurants, grocery shops, etc. So I would like to definitely want you to speak about Volt and other restaurants and cafes that we have.
So the LAAX Flims-Valera is a valley. So it's actually not a close valley like in Zermatt. It's an open valley, a high plateau. And the village of LAAX is 1 kilometers away. The village of Flims is 2 kilometers away. And the village of Valera is 3 kilometers away. When you are a resident here, you have the free pass for the shuttles that are going from Flames to LAAX to Valera. So you can actually travel all the time for free. So it's easy accessible by those shuttle, and those shuttle will be actually in front of the resort. If you use the car, you take the car, you park it in the parking lot, and you go out, and you are in a few minutes you are in the city center. But don't forget that we have a lot of shops here already.
Great. And also, we have a shop like Co-op. It's called Volt, which is inside the resort itself. So you can, and since we have apartment style, we have apartments. You can buy your grocery and you can cook inside. You can, you can keep your stuff inside. So it's pretty easily accessible because it's within the entire locality, within the premise. So next question is from Vinay Ital. How to reach Sardona from LAAX Resorts? Would you like to take it?
I didn't hear it. Sorry. Can you repeat?
Okay. The question is how to reach Sardona from LAAX Resorts.
Okay, so to reach the Sardona, you take one of our cable car, the newest one, which is called the Flemix. And if you want, I can actually share it with you. 2 seconds. So this is actually the World Heritage. You see the region. And to go there, you take the cable car. There is a new cable car that is called the Flemix that will bring you up there. And this is the cable car that will bring you there. But you can also hike up there, or what you can do is you take the cable car and you stop wherever you want and you do a bit of a hike, but it's easily accessible. And to go from Flims to the UNESCO World Heritage is like 25 minutes to 30 minutes with a cable car, depending on the winding situation.
Great. There's one important question which is from Sonali Thakur. What's the flexibility in terms of food, especially for Indian large groups? And would the hotel allow outside Indian caterer?
Yes, we do. We have a place that it's called the Casa Vella, which is actually a restaurant for mice groups or for groups that travel with their own cook. So if you want to have a specific dining seated area where you only have one cook that cooks Indian food, it's no problem. You can bring your cook with you and we can actually rent you out the place and use it as location for your group or your incentive group. But also what we can do is actually we bring you an experienced Indian cook from Switzerland that is actually from India.
Awesome. Now the next question is, ideally, how many days are required in LAAX for leisure holiday clients and adventure travelers?
Well, in the winter, we have an average of 5 days. So the people that are coming here in the winter, they want to have, at least 4.5 days of snowboarding and skiing, or at least, be with the family a few days and enjoy the winter wonderland. In the summer, what is great is LAAX is really next to Kur. So some of the Indian guests that we have are using LAAX as a hub. So they will stay 2, 3 nights, 4 nights to really experience the summer feeling. For me, 3 days, 3 nights, minimum.
Thank you. Meenal, I would also like to add here, you had asked about adventure traveler. So apart from adventure travelers, we also have a LAAX school. Now, this school teaches you skating, snowboarding, and surfing. And the courses are as small as 3 days, 5 days, and 7 days. So if any of you have a school group, or if you have an enthusiast, adventurous, somebody who's more adventurer and who wants to try out skating and surfing, then they can come here, spend their days here, learn about skiing, skating indoors in our academy, and then try it out at the mountains. So, like Claude said, it's ski in, ski out. So they are at the base. They'll be at the Rocks Resort, which is at the Valley Station, and right from there is where the mountain starts. So the cable car starts from there, and that's where they go to the mountain. So it's a beautiful way of learning how to ski, as well as someone who knows to ski can spend at least 5 to 7 days here. The next question is, if it's a big group of 500 and we need accommodation in one or two hotels, would the rates differ for each hotel? Yes, Kushnur, it would differ because the requirements, because the offerings are different for the apartments and the hotels. But you can write to us separately, and we will come back to you with an answer. Okay, I think there are many more questions that are flowing in, but what we will do is we will take the last question from Asim. Does LAAX as a region have its own gastronomic specialties or similar food as the rest of Switzerland? So, Asim, yes, we have 14 restaurants at the base and a total of 35 restaurants, and and that's varied cuisines. So you can it's like a gastronomic delight for someone who loves eating. So thank you so much, audience. It was lovely having you. We will take your questions separately. And I would like to make a very important announcement here. We are coming up with a fam trip, and we will be sharing the details with you shortly. This fam trip would be a partly paid fam trip, which would be, which would be a very exclusive, and we would be combining it with a lot of activities, a lot of excursions, and we will be sharing this mail to you in the coming week along with a form. So if you are interested, you could please fill up the form and send it across to us. The FAM would happen in the first or the second week of October. More details on that very soon. So please stay tuned for our email. Thank you so much, everyone. It was wonderful having you. Thanks a lot, Purvi. Thanks, Claude. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Dipti. Bye.
Bye bye. See you in LAAX.
Bye bye.